Unfortunately, I didn't fit it all into the previous video, so there's just a smaller video to join on to the previous one. So we were talking about looking at the arrangements of 5 items. We each labeled them A, B, C, D, and E, and there's 120 different combinations that we can use. Now this value here is an example of a something that's called a factorial, which factorials we signify with an exclamation mark. So it's 5 factorial. So 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 is 5 factorial. Obviously 2 factorial would be 2 times 1. 10 factorial would be 10 times 9 times 8, and so on, all the way down to 1. You can use your calculators to calculate factorials. So you may have seen it in different questions or mathematical textbooks. That's what the exclamation mark, and that's its use. So just to round off what we've been talking in this section or this lesson, first the multiplication principle. That if you have 3 different stages, if you know all the possible arrangements, you can multiply them together. So the example I've got here, if I've got a 4-sided die, a 6-sided die, and a coin, then all the possible combinations of answers would be 4 times 6 times 2, because a 4-sided die has 4 outcomes, 6-sided die has 6 outcomes, and a coin has 2. And the other thing is the factorial principle, that it shows the number of possible arrangements of a number of different items. There's 5 items, it has 5 factorial. 10 items has 10 factorial, and so on. And this shows it's a complicated way of just saying that it's the number of items times 1 less than that number, 2 less, 3 less, until you get to 1. Now the interesting part of factorials comes up when we start to think about 0 factorial, which is by definition is 1. Now that's all you need to know, is that 0 factorial is 1, but if you are interested in why that is, there's a couple of videos that I've included in the notes that talk you through the reason or explanations of 0 factorial. The other thing is that there's a quick video that explains the multiplication principle in a bit more detail that you should watch as well. So go back now, there should be some questions in your workbook for you to complete. So check the lesson sheet in your OneNote.